A 12-year-old's brave battle is turning her health scare into a powerful call to action. Sixth grader JoJo Workman is from the small town of American Falls. After being diagnosed with diabetes ketoacidosis, she found there were little to no resources for her to learn about it in her community. Audrielle Tackett is back with us now with the story of how JoJo turned this tough experience into a path forward.
That's right. JoJo's terrifying medical emergency is leading her to educate others about her diagnosis now. She now shares her story with us to keep her movement going forward.
On my birthday, I started feeling really sick.
JoJo was a perfectly healthy kid until recently.
She's been in the hospital a total of 2 times in her entire life, once when she was born and then now.
In January, she started throwing up out of the blue. Her condition worsened quickly, and she was losing her ability to see and walk. A visit to the ER brought a shocking diagnosis. JoJo had developed diabetic ketoacidosis.
Even after we got out of the hospital, I just couldn't help but feel like if I had known what the signs were.
JoJo says the hardest part for her as a 12-year-old was that her sisters and friends at school couldn't understand what she was going through.
It felt kind of sad having my sisters not know what was going on in the hospital and them not being able to visit me. So at the least they could have is to know what was going on. But they only had these big books. So I told my mom, what if we got some books for the library?
Despite the diagnosis, JoJo maintained her giving spirit. She wanted to use her experience to raise awareness about diabetes, to help others recognize this medical emergency that can come on quickly.
We started talking about, how do I tell my friends that this is why I wasn't in school and what all was going on. I was like, well, maybe we could get some for the schools that are geared towards kids your age.
JoJo and her family created a very successful book donation drive where people could buy educational diabetes books to be donated to local schools and libraries to help children and adults learn more about the disease.
Added a bunch of books to this donation list and people just bought them so fast. Even people we didn't know, they were just cheering her on and saying how great it is that she could take this experience. It's awful. I mean, it was awful and it's traumatic for all of us, and turn it into something like it's become.
Donations have helped JoJo and her family put nearly 50 of those educational books into schools and libraries in their American Falls community, and they want to expand the book drive to other areas of Idaho.
Hoping to educate even more folks. All right, thank you very much, Audrielle.